Good morning, children. Today we will start first chapter in physics, that is heat and temperature. In winter, you feel cold inside the house. If you come out in the sun, you feel warm. In summer, you feel hot even inside the house. So how do we know whether an object is hot or cold? How do we find out how hot or cold an object is? In this chapter, we shall try to seek answers to some of these questions. The terms hot and cold used by us so often refers to a certain class of sensation which we generally experience through touch. If we touch a burning coal, it appears hot to us. If we touch ice, it appears cold to us. So we see that some objects are cold while some are hot. You also know that some objects are hotter than others, while some are colder than others. How do we decide which object is hotter than the other? We often do it by touching the objects. But is our sense of touch reliable? So let us find it with the help of an activity. For this activity, you have to take 3 containers and label it as A, B and C. And you put cold water in container A, hot water in container B. Mix some cold and hot water in container C. Now you have to dip your left hand in container A and the right hand in container B. After keeping the hands in the 2 containers for 2-3 minutes, put both the hands simultaneously in container C. Do both the hands get the same feeling? No. Your left hand, which was previously in cold water, will feel hot, and the right hand, which was previously in hot water, will feel cold. Why does it happen? Here, what does actually happen? So, there is something which is flowing from one object to another. What is it? It is actually heat. Heat is a form of energy that can be transferred from one body to another as a result of difference of temperature. So we concluded from above activity that we cannot always rely on our sense of touch to decide whether an object is hot or cold. Then how do we find out how hot an object really is? A reliable measure of the hotness of an object is its temperature. So, we can define temperature as degree of hotness or coldness measured on a definite scale. When 2 objects having different temperatures are placed in contact with each other, the object at higher temperature loses heat while the object at lower temperature gains heat, until both the objects attain the same temperature. Although heat is invisible to us, we cannot see it flowing from one object to the another, but we can see the effects of such a flow. Some of the effects of flow of heat are as follows. First is rise in temperature. The temperature of every substance rises when it gains heat and falls when it loses heat. Second number, change in size. When we heat a substance, it expands. On cooling it, contracts. Third, change in volume. Volume of all the substances increases with the increase in temperature and decreases with decrease in temperature. Fourth, increase of pressure. Pressure increases when we supply heat to the vapors or gases. Fifth, heat energy brings about a change of state. When a substance, say solid, is heated, its temperature rises initially. After some time, its temperature stops rising and substances start melting. If we continue supplying heat, the substance will go on changing its state from solid to liquid, but the temperature will remain the same. The heat supplied to change the state of substance from solid to liquid without increase of temperature is called latent heat of fusion. When whole of the solid has melted to liquid state, but heat is continuously being supplied, the temperature will again start increasing. Again at a particular temperature, the liquid will start getting converted to the gaseous state. There will be no rise in the temperature till whole of the liquid has been converted to gaseous state. This heat supplied to the change the state of body from liquid to gas at fixed temperature is called latent heat of vaporization. Sixth, heat energy causes chemical changes. Many chemical reactions take place when reactants are heated. Seventh, heat energy affects living bodies. All the living beings, whether animals or plants, can perform their functions properly at particular temperature.